That snaps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
we
you want one quick
can't,
question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
Brothers. With that being said, I'm gonna react to Steele. She was speaking about the Shedeur situation, and I always wanted to kind of like start reacting to like more conservative stuff or conservative side of perspectives and everything like that. Just to because I feel like my comment section be so many conservatives and things of that sort. So yeah, without further ado, I'm pull it up.
So Shedeur Sanders fell in the NFL draft because of racism.
Off top, I'm mad. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Cause why she bleach her hair blonde? Didn't say she used to have the black joint the whole 20 years at ESPN. Am I wrong? Hold on, let me see. Sage Steele Sports Center. Sage Steele Sports Center. Okay, so it was a black with the blonde kind of tips, like so it's kind of bleached at the end. I never realized that. I always just thought it was like a jet black kind of curls, but no, it was a mixture of the blonde. Okay, salute to Sage Steele. That was just her look then. Salute. I had no clue. Okay, let me get back to it then. Where we at, Sage Steele? Where's Sage Steele at?
I should have known that somebody would pull the race card, and I think it's just a pathetic take. That's just my opinion, though. Here are some numbers, some facts. If you care about facts and the truth right now, that might interest you. I did some homework. It's not that hard, you guys. Last season, 15 of the 32 NFL starting quarterbacks were black. That's about half, right? That's racist.
All right, here we go. She's being intentionally dense, which a lot of you guys do in the comment section as well. It's like when you guys are talking about Angel Reese and you bring up like, oh, she misses a bunch of layups and just gets the rebounds of them. It's like, okay, so why has no other player in WNBA history done that? If she's just stat padding, why has no other player in WNBA history been able to stat pad enough? It's only 144 spots. It was 144 spots. Now it's what's 144 plus 12? Hold on, let me get my handy dandy notebook. 144 plus 12. It's only 56 spots in the WNBA, right? Don't you think if Angel Reese has stat padded her way to being considered one of the better players in the league and an all-star, that another big who's on the fringe of getting cut from the team at any moment from their team, respective teams, will want to just stat pad like Angel Reese and get 14 points and 14 rebounds the same way that Angel Reese gets? If they could do it, spoiler alert, they would. But they don't because they can't. Everybody can't do it. So it's like, anyways, she's being intentionally dense here. What it was with Shedeur was respectability politics. So it's like, okay, he came in, you know what I'm saying? Speaking of, don't draft me if you don't want to win, if you don't want me to change the culture, because everywhere I go, I change the culture. Don't even think about drafting me if you ain't trying to do that, because I did that at Jackson State. I did that at Colorado, and I'm going to do that for your NFL franchise. And then his father was like, oh, yeah, my son ain't just playing for anybody. If the wrong team draft him, I'm going to Eli that thing. I'm going to do it behind the scenes. He's been saying it for years, right? And then on top of that, it was just the overall thing, the watch, this and that, or that. That is why Shedeur Sanders fell. Now, Shedeur Sanders was an above-average college quarterback. He's above-average college quarterback, but beyond that, he was projected number one pick before the season started. After the season, he slipped to top 3, right, with Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter, and who else? Who else was in the conversation? And Cam Ward in the conversation after the season. Okay, you go through the combine. He didn't throw at the combine. He didn't do this. He didn't do that. Neither did Cam Ward. Did you see Cam Ward's bowl game? Cam Ward didn't even care. He stood still in the pocket, flat-footed, wasn't even looking around, and was flat-footed until he broke the record. And he needed like 15 passing yards to break the single-season record at Miami. And he did that, and then he left the game. And then he didn't participate in any combine, any da-da-da-da. He just did pro day. That was it, and then became the number one pick. Shedeur he actually gave a care in his bowl game, gave it his all, participated in another Senior Bowl game instead of the mainstream main one and stuff like that because he promised them that he play in that Senior Bowl, and then he played in the pro day for Colorado, and then he did what did he do for he did like private workouts for teams and stuff like that before the draft. He did the full process. The only reason why he fell as a projected first round pick who had the potential to slip in the second round because teams in general just weren't high on this current quarterback class in the draft. The reason why he slipped from potential second round slip all the way to the fifth round in the third and final day is because respectability politics. The way he presents himself, the way that he speaks about himself and his game and everything like that, and the way that his father has always spoken about stuff, and having his father kind of constantly hovering. Everything his father says goes viral because of who he is, one of the more polarizing, famous athletes of modern times, right? So it's like you don't want that over your head. You don't want that da-da-da-da thing in your ear. Every time you do bad, it's like, dang, are they going to bring in Shedeur's dad as a coach? You know what I'm saying? All of that is always going to be a thing. If my confidence, don't let my confidence mess with your insecurity or something like that, like the prime time quotes and stuff like that. Look good, feel good, play, all that stuff, right? That's the reason why Shedeur fell to day 3, round 5. There's no other reason. No other reason. Because if you're talking about talent and his performance on the field and being 6'2" and taking sacks and everything like that, okay, I get that. Enough to fall to about round 2 where Jalen Milroe got drafted. All due respect to Jalen Milroe, it was at that point where you're like, okay, bro, what's going on? And even Jeff Show, because Jeff Show, okay, or Tyler Show, excuse me, because Joker can throw the ball, everything like that. He got a cannon on him and a big arm on him, and he's tall. He's 6'5", 6'6". He only had one healthy season. You know what I'm saying? In 8 years. He's in college 8 years, had one healthy season. That isn't concerning to anybody. So yeah, I think if you're talking about Shedeur's flaws on the field and everything like that, okay, say we going with that. He still should have gone by the third round. And he didn't. And it's only because of one reason, respectability politics.
How about the top 15?
And respectability politics at the root of all of this, if you're wondering where I was even going with that entire rant and kind of just drifting off. At the root of respectability politics is racism. There we go.
NFL players as far as money, payment, what they're making, salary. Dak Prescott, the highest paid player at $60 million a year. That's racist. And of the top 15 paid players, 9 are Black or biracial. 9 of the 15, making a combined $448 million a year. This weekend, I know you kept track how many Black players were taken in the first round. 26, guys. 26 of 32 in the first round were Black. That's over 80%. It's always the same cast of characters who cry racism and try to divide. So I guess we should not be surprised, but it's pathetic and it's lazy, and it only takes away from those times when racism truly does exist. The boy who cried wolf, stop doing this. The speculation is going to continue. We'll hear more and more from scouts, et cetera, as far as why it took till pick 144 for Shedeur's name to be called. But please just stop with the race baiting.
Everybody knows, bro. If Shedeur was an average or above average quarterback, right, in this draft, the main thing you're thinking is it's not worth the headache. He's not good enough to be worth the headache that comes with him, the media attention that comes with Shedeur Sanders being the son of a famous football player, Shedeur being flashy and stuff himself and being popular, mad popular, and coming out of college and everything like that. And his dad having a loud voice in the public eye. He does interviews and he's in the media all the time. He's on every commercial. You don't think if he goes on a Rich Eisen show in the middle of the NFL season and Shedeur is struggling or Shedeur isn't getting in the games and they say, what do you think about Cleveland? They're 1-5 this year and Shedeur hasn't seen any action in a regular season. Well, I think obviously, I trust and I trust and I respect Cleveland. Da, da, da. But at some point, the boy got to play. You drafted him. He could play. I know he could play. I know my son. I know that he do that. It goes viral. It's the talk of sports media for the next 2 days in the middle of a football week. No team wants to deal with that. For as good as Shedeur is, he's not good to the point where it was above and beyond and it was generational this and that. Well, he wasn't that good. That is why Shedeur Sanders didn't go into the so to act like you don't understand that is crazy. It's crazy, bro. All right, so there's that. Next up.
that steps for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
And Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
We can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.